probably needs more attention than I'm giving it, but and I probably planted too many zucchini, but when you plant too many zucchini, you just have to be creative. So I'm going to show you some of that creativity in the kitchen, but I just thought I'd show you a couple of the varieties of zucchini, and they grow so fast before your eyes, they become a little bit too big. But you know what? That's okay. You can roll with that too. Sometimes people will let them get so big that you can carve them out and actually put them in the oven with stuff in them. So there's lots of ways to have a lot of fun with zucchini, and it's so prolific. And you know, the other thing you can do is share it with your friends, which is wonderful. I heard recently in one town, like during zucchini season, the only time that people lock their cars is during zucchini season. The other really great thing about the zucchini is the flower. And let me show you what that looks like. And I'm going to actually pick one of these young ones, and we've got the flower inside here. And the flower is also edible. And in the mornings, the flower will be nice and open. You harvest it then, and you can stuff it. The Italians will often stuff it with different animal proteins and breadcrumbs and cheese, but you can stuff it with whatever you want, and those are delicious as well. And yeah, so the zucchini are a wonderful, just so prolific, easy to eat, great vegetable, non-starchy carbohydrate, and it goes well with so many different things, and it really absorbs flavors awesomely. Okay, so most people love hummus. I do know a few people that don't like the texture, but a lot of us love hummus. And traditionally, hummus is made with garbanzo beans, but you can do so many other ways. So I want to show you a beautiful summertime hummus that is also extremely low carb. And it's that time of year where there's lots of zucchini. And I just picked all these beauties from my garden, and I even have a couple of beautiful flowers that I can save for later and saute. They store pretty nicely in the fridge if you just kind of lay them down, or you can saute them right away. If you harvest them in the morning, they're nice and open, and use them other ways. But anyways, I'm going to show you how to make a zucchini hummus, because you might even have a lot of zucchini in your garden, or you might have people giving them to you. I'm just going to show you what the flower looks like though, because it's so beautiful. I'm cutting, oh, sorry. I'm just cut it in half and a bug flew out. It's organic, don't panic. So here we go. There's the flower, and there's the stamen, kind of the male part. I'm going to pull that out. That isn't as tasty as the female part of the flower. And so there we have it. Now, sometimes what I'll do, I'm actually not even going to cook with this right now, but I'm just kind of showing you. If I was going to do like a stir fry or something, I might cut it like this and kind of throw it in at the end, and they're really delicious. So that's just to show you that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, so these are actually going to take the place of my garbanzo beans. The cool thing about zucchini is they're really high in B vitamins, B6, folate, and by keeping them raw means I'm actually going to get all those bees, because bees are a little susceptible to heat. So I'm going to use about 3, and I've got 2 different kinds. So I'm going to see probably 3, maybe 4, it just depends. These are fairly small. I kind of chose the small ones because I think they're going to blend really well. The seeds are really young. I don't want a whole bunch of seeds. If I did have a lot of seeds in here, which I don't, what I would do is, and if it was sort of soft and mushy in that middle part, I would just cut out that part. And that part I would not use, and then I'd have this nice firm part. So if I was going to saute them, that's something I could do too. So that's just a little super tip. So I think 3 is going to be plenty. So I've got my zucchini, aka my garbanzo beans, if I was making it traditionally. And we all know a good hummus is always great with a little garlic. So I'm going to throw some garlic in there too. And garlic is so antimicrobial. It'll help keep you healthy, even in the summertime. I talked to somebody today who had a summer cold, which sometimes I think those are worse because it's it's like hard to be in the sun, and I don't know. So garlic will keep you healthy all year long, and garlic is super cancer protective as well, which is a good thing. And you know, we are combating lots of toxins in the environment, so the more we can protect ourselves, the better. So there we have it. I got about 3 small cloves of garlic. Then I'm going to do about 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin, and I actually just ground some up in my magic bullet because I didn't have any powdered, so it's very freshly ground. I'm also going to do about 2 tablespoons of tahini, and tahini is the seeds of sesame, and they are ground down, and they're really high in calcium. All right, so there we have that, and then I'm going to put a juice of a lemon. I kind of have some small little lemons, so hopefully this will be enough sour. But if I didn't have a lemon, I'd probably use some apple cider vinegar or whatever kind of vinegar I had on hand. And actually, a vinegar would be really yummy. And in my recipe, I can throw whatever herbs that I have in the garden. And I don't have a ton of like parsley or cilantro right now in my garden or my refrigerator. So I thought I would use some nasturtiums. And these are going to lend itself to be kind of spicy and pungent. So it'll be a really nice mix. And it might actually make it look really pretty. So I've got that going on. And then I'm going to do 1/4 cup of olive oil. I can always add more because, again, everything's raw here. And maybe my tahini might be roasted nuts, seeds, but my olive oil is raw, and that's good. A raw fat is where it's at, really, in my book. And now I'm just going to blend this all together for a moment. And if I felt like I needed more, I could add more oil. I could taste it, add a little bit of anything to my hummus. But again, this is an extremely low carb hummus. It has really healthy fats, so it's perfect if you're doing low carb, if you're watching your carbs because of diabetes, if you're eating more of a keto diet. This is a great hummus to eat, to bring to a party, whatever it is. And if I let it go a little longer, it's really going to mix well together. More so than I can make it more chunky or I can make it more blended. And I'm going for the blended today. All right. So look at that beautiful zucchini hummus. And here's a little insider trick. So if you take your finger and just hold it up there, you can hold the blade. The blade's not going to fling out on you. And, I probably should taste it before I pour it in there because I might need to adjust the seasoning. And look, I have zucchini chips because I just have so many zucchini. Oh, I know what I forgot to put in it. Salt. It does need a little salt. So back in you go. I can't forget the salt. Salt, of course, is always sort of the finishing touch when you taste something. You say, does it need more salt? And it definitely needs more salt because it doesn't have any salt. All right, I've got my salt. I'm going to do another quick blend. All right, now I'm going to taste it again. And I'm going to keep it in there. All right, it's pretty good. I think it could use a little more of a acid, and I don't have another lemon in my house, so I'm going to use a little vinegar. So I'm going to do about 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. So you see, you just have to taste things and adjust the seasonings. Because somebody else might have liked it just the way it was, but I need it to be a little bit more acidy. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. There I have it. Now I have a delicious hummus. And I can even call it something else, but I like to call it hummus because most people feel comfortable with hummus. And You know, this would be great to bring to a party with a bunch of vegetables. This would be great to just eat it by yourself too. And yeah, so delicious, low carb hummus. When you can have it with zucchini chips, you can have it with carrots, celery, crackers, whatever it is you want to have it with. And there you go.